morning, guys. So we just picked up a car, Elise and I. We picked up a little Dodge Neon, and I think this is going to be a really good deal. So we went and we saw it, and the guy was super nice, super nice. It worked in our favor that he was kind of in a rush to go see his family, but I mean, we weren't going to be rushed by it because we're buying the car and we don't have to buy that car. The listing price he had at about $1,500. We got it down to $1,100 based on, we looked at the lights for one, so we looked at there was some oxidation, so that's a knockdown. We said the car needed some detailing, which it does, minor detailing, but I mean it's pretty clean for the most part, but a few minor things, wear and tear for it being an older car, that's expected. We had to pull over because the engine was overheating, or something in the front was overheating. Smoke was coming out of the car.
Smoke was coming out of the car.
So we're on the side of the highway right now, letting it cool down. First deal isn't going as planned. Still positive.
Guys, the only thing I can tell you is keep it above 55 plus miles per hour for at least 10 minutes. And I thought I did my due diligence, but that is not how it worked out. So the one tip I can tell you is definitely keep it above 60 for at least 10 minutes. Even if you have to do a 20-minute test drive to get on the highway and back, it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. Absolutely. We're going 35 miles an hour on the highway. Hazards on, trying to make it. We're about 2 minutes into the drive, already maybe starting to overheat again.
So we pulled over again. We're letting the car cool down. I turn the engine off. I go to take out the key. Try to take out the key, and the key's stuck now.
What's funny is that when I looked up neons to scope out problems, you know, one of the problems that was listed was that the key gets stuck in the ignition, and I don't know if you just had like the cursed touch or something, but as soon as you drove the car, it started overheating. The key got stuck. You know, when
it's my fault.
When I drove the car,
it's my fault.
Happened.
It's my fault, I guess.
I think it might be. I think you're just unlucky.
I'm not the one that did the test drive.
And I did a quick little turn and it came right out like it was oiled up, ready to go. So all I'm saying is something is wrong with you and maybe I should drive.
Is convinced that I'm the curse and I'm the reason that the car is overheating and that the key didn't fix.
Yep.
And at first I was like, that's silly. I didn't even do the test drive. Clearly you're the bad luck. But she just took the key out like 3 seconds after I made the first video saying the key's stuck. So on the side of the highway we have switched places and Elise is now driving the car. So yeah. Let's see if we overheat now. Okay. Still a little high.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy how this works. Down, like right now, it was above that line. You saw that, right? It was above that line, and now I'm driving, it's literally going down right now.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding, you're cursed. The temperature has gone down. It's about midway between cold and hot.
So, we're driving. Been driving for about 5 minutes now. Maybe less. We still have about 15 more minutes of our drive. Probably gonna take us 30 because we're going half of the speed limit right now. We're just gonna take it right to the shop right now, get it fixed up. Hopefully that doesn't put us over on our budget for this car. We don't want to sell a car to somebody and not give them a good car. We want them to have a reliable car. We don't want them to go through what we're going through right now. So we're just gonna head straight there, get it all fixed up, and hope for the best.
It's easy.
So a little bit of background story. So this is our first car, like I said. We've been wanting to get into this for a little bit now. We've been doing our research, reading things online, following people that flip cars themselves, and seeing how they do it, why they do it, learning from experience. That there was a lot of money in the car market. So I thought that this was gonna be a great idea, and I thought what better way than to get involved with somebody else, because then you could go 50-50 in it and you could have a higher budget than you would regularly.
Got into cars because my first car was a 2004 Ford Escape. Nothing special, just, you know, something reliable. One day I was driving at this place called the Lemon Lot, which is on a military base I used to live by. And basically, a lot of people would put their cars, boats, trailers, etc. there to sell. And I saw a Mustang, and it's a Ford blue GT SN95 Mustang. Nothing too special about it, but it had some cool exhaust tips. It was loud as all get out. It was actually a V6, but it sounded like a modded out V8. And right then and there, I was sold. And so, behind my dad's back, I actually took my Ford Escape and I drove myself to the Lemon Lot, and I decided I was gonna buy this car. And it's actually crazy. I was in the middle of talking to this guy, getting ready to buy this car and go to the bank, and guess who drives by to go take a look at the Lemon Lot? My dad. And so then I got that car and I picked it up for $4,500 including, and I actually drove it for several years, put a lot of miles on it, got a lot of love on it. And my dad and I would work on it. We would change the oil, we did the brake pads, painted the calipers red, did some rim job work, like,
Rim job.
oh God. Ended up selling it for the same price I bought it at, $4,500, which was crazy because, you know, technically, like, that car, I always thought, you know, you buy a car and then you drive it and it's worth less money when you sell it. The first time I realized that cars could actually make money and they could hold their value even if you're putting miles on them and using them as a daily driver.
Okay, so I think it's been confirmed that I'm the bad luck because we made it all the way out here for the rest of our drive without having to pull over. The heating was fine and she was driving a little bit faster than I was. So right now I'm waiting in the car and I am sweating my butt off because the AC, we turned that off just in case there's a coolant leak because it keeps steaming in the front. Didn't steam on our way here. We're at AutoZone right now. Elise just went in to pick up some touch-up paint for a little bit of scratching on the back. Looks like a previous owner probably gotten a little fender bender or something. So we're picking that up right now and she's coming out. So I'm in Walmart right now picking up some accessory things, and a pro tip that I watched on another video is that you always want to put some sort of good smelling in there because all your senses are what drive you to buy things. So if you get a new car smell in this car, people are going to sit in the car and they're going to feel comfortable in the car because their senses are going to be stimulated. I mean, I guess that is if they like the smell of new car, which hopefully if they're getting a new car, they're okay with that smell. So catch you later. Alrighty guys, so at this point we have got all the necessary repairs done to the car because we don't want to sell anything to anybody that we wouldn't want to drive personally, because I personally think that's unethical in any business to sell something that you know is not going to work for somebody else. So we got all the necessary repairs done. Now we're going to go ahead and start cleaning it up and getting it nice for the next owner so that way it looks good.
Spotlight, moonlight, white chicks to Mariah. She look good in the moonlight. All these f***ing so bad, my spotlight, moonlight, white chicks to Mariah. She look good in the moonlight. All these f***ing so bad, my spotlight, moonlight, white chicks to Mariah. She look good in the moonlight. All these f***ing so bad, my spotlight, moonlight, white chicks to Mariah.
so we're just about done with detailing the outside, a couple more steps. Right now, I'm gonna be working on the oxidation of the headlights here. And a hack with these, you can actually use toothpaste to get the oxidation out on these. Another helpful tip whenever you're detailing the car yourself, if there's a lot of weathering on the interior, which is normal for older cars because of the sun, especially in the front here, something you can use is shoe polish. And you can shoe polish it and it'll look good as new.